What is up, you guys? So this is the 2020 Volvo XC90. It is the biggest SUV that Volvo currently makes, and it's competing with the likes of the Audi Q7, BMW X5, even some of the Japanese offerings such as the Acura MDX, Infiniti QX60, and many more. But without further ado, let's just get into the video, starting with our trim levels for this XC90. So to enter your way into the XC90, you're going to be starting off with the base Momentum trim level, which starts at 48,350. Then you have the middle of the line R Design trim level, which starts at 56,100. And then lastly, the Inscription trim level, which tops out at 62,600. So unlike other brands, Volvo is keeping it very simple and clean by offering you 3 trim levels instead of throwing so many trim levels at you. But that all comes down to personal preference, whether you like simplicity or customizability. So taking a look in the front, this particular one being the Inscription trim level, chrome bars in the middle are a little bit curved now. Then you have that Volvo badge in the center. Then moving to the headlights, they are fully LED on every XC90. They really do add to the elegant look of this car. Moving down, you will find a larger faux vent on this new XC90, which also has this new piece of chrome reserved for the Inscription trim level only. Now taking a look at the side, there's nothing that really stands out here, at least in my opinion. But again, this continues to have a very sleek and elegant look. But I mean, other than that, everything has pretty much stayed the same for this year. And finally, as for the mirrors, they do come with standard safety features. That includes blind spot monitoring with rear cross traffic alert. They are also auto dimming, power folding, and they are heated. Finally, let's talk about those wheels. So these are the wheels that you will find on this top Inscription trim level. I do think they match the overall sleek look of this car very nicely. Not sure I prefer it over the other trims though. They honestly look like they belong on a Jeep. The wheels have been updated for this 2020 model, and depending on what trim level you go for, these are the wheels that will be available. And now moving to the rear, these tail lights are fully LED and they are on every XC90. It is that signature Volvo design language, very funky looking but also pretty cool as well. I actually like the design. Now when you open the tailgate, you can expect to find 15.8 cubic feet behind the third row seats, folding down, and that expands to 41.8 cubic feet. Or fold all of them down and then you're maxed out at 85.7 cubic feet of space. So that's pretty much it for the exterior. Now let's go ahead and see what's under that hood. So taking a look at our engine, Volvo actually gives us 3 different options. So first you have the base engine, which is the T5, which is a 2-liter turbo, which produces 250 horsepower and 258 pound-feet of torque. That is an inline-4 engine. Next you have the T5, which is also a 2-liter turbo inline-4, which produces a higher 310 horsepower and 295 pound-feet of torque. And then finally the TA engine, which is also a 2-liter turbo inline-4. Now this is a plug-in hybrid model, and altogether this will produce a whopping 420 horsepower, which is a lot. Quite a lot for this type of vehicle. Now as for MPGs, on the T5 model you're going to be looking at 21 in the city, 30 on the highway, and 25 combined. Then as for the slightly powerful T6 model, you're going to be looking at 18 in the city, 26 on the highway, and about 21.5 combined. 0 to 60 in about 7 seconds on this particular XC90. So when you step into the XC90, the interior is very nicely appointed. There's not too much flashy stuff being thrown at you. It overall just looks like a very clean and refined interior. Just the way everything is laid out as far as the infotainment system, the AC controls, they're very easy to understand. Again, it's very simplistic. The steering wheel is leather wrapped on every XC90. Very nice. As you can see right here, you do get a digital instrument panel. It is a 12.3-inch display, and one of the changes for 2020 is that this instrument panel is now standard on every XC90 for 2020. You couldn't get this on the base model before, so that's a very nice and welcome change. But as you can see, you have your digital tachometer and speedometer. You also got your fuel gauge and your gear selector in the speedometer. Overall, pretty easy to understand. It is fully reconfigurable. Now moving to the infotainment, it is a 9-inch display. When you put it into reverse, you will find a standard backup camera. It does also have a 360-degree view, which is not on every model. You would have to go for a separate package for that. Alright, and lastly, this is the key fob that you'll find on the XC90. And I have to say, this is a very nice quality, avant-garde looking key fob. The fit and finish is just beautiful. Now this key does have Volvo's smart entry system, which is standard across every XC90. I mean, why would a luxury car not have that, to be honest? Now as far as the remote start feature, you can't do that directly from the key fob itself. You actually have to use Volvo's on-call app. So that was the 2020 Volvo XC90. And I have to be honest with you, this thing is a stunner. This is a very well put together SUV. And if you're looking for a luxurious mid-size SUV that will make you almost feel like king of the road with a lot of cargo capacity, then you really can't go wrong with this Volvo XC90. And it is definitely worth a look if you're looking for a luxury mid-size SUV. Now again, this one being the biggest SUV that Volvo currently makes, and if you're comparing this thing to like an Audi Q7 or BMW X5, this one is significantly cheaper than those two, and you really do get the bang for the buck. Volvo has honestly been doing some great things lately, and it's hard to be disappointed. But with that being said, I think that pretty much wraps up this video. So again, if you enjoyed this video, please consider leaving me a like. Do not hesitate to leave a comment because I will be happy to reply to any comments that you might have. If you want more videos like this, definitely let me know in the comments below because I will definitely do more videos like this. But more importantly, what do you guys think of the Volvo XC90? Would you choose this over Audi, BMW, Mercedes? But on a last note, thanks for watching.